Revelation chapter 15. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Elohim. So this is actually that, I think what's happening here is that movie After the Tribulation. I don't know if you've seen it. They're saying that Revelation, you should split it in 2, and that at the beginning of chapter 12 is when it actually starts over. And so it's like repeating the story twice. So maybe that's why we're talking about the wrath again, because we definitely already went through that. But I don't really know if that's one interpretation of it. I think that's interesting. So perhaps that's why we're talking now is the 3 last wraths. I don't know. Anyway, that's why I read it over and over again, because it's very confusing to me. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Elohim. And they sang the song of Moses, the servant of Elohim, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Yahweh El Shaddai. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Yahweh, and magnify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. Now this part does sound familiar, so perhaps it is repeating, because we went through these 7 plagues before. But in the first telling of the story, in the first half of Revelation, it didn't mention, I don't think I remember it mentioning 666 or the beast or the mark. It was just, so it's almost like John was seeing things from 2 different perspectives, 2 in a row. But just different perspectives, the same event. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of Elohim, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the worship of Elohim and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. Another little interesting note, if you want to bring in mythology to it, based on that chapter that I was talking about, the names of blasphemy. What are the names of blasphemy? And Zeus is the son of Kronos, and Kronos is synonymous with Satan. Well, Kronos is also the son of Uranus, and Uranus is really similar in mythology to what Yahweh would be. And so some people, there's some theories here that these 7 spirits of Yahweh that he sends out, that they could be these 7 different people throughout the Bible, like Elijah, Isaiah, Yahshua, obviously, and then I just can't remember all of them, but that actually Satan could have been one of his sons as well, and that's where this whole warring in heaven and getting cast out came from. So who are these 7 spirits? Because I think it was Elijah, or it was either Elijah or Isaiah, one of the 2 was actually conceived while their dad was away, and their mom said an angel visited them. So that's a really interesting theory if you want to study up on the 7 spirits and who they might be. If you're like a real Bible scholar, go back and try to figure that out. Who was conceived right around the time of an angel getting visited and all that. Interesting stuff. So, and some mythology in there for you too.